Let's see what we're gonna do. Let's see what we're gonna do real quick. Now, gonna see who's gonna join us. We got one viewer. Hmm. I'm just hoping everybody gets a tester. Tester, tester, tester. Let's see what we gonna do. Blood boiling. What's up? Woo! What's up? How y'all feeling out there? Probably do a panel as well, so let's see where we can go with this one. Let's go. I don't like being alone. The things that you trying to love is never done before. My face is it. It's not making me feel strong. The comfort in my heart while I'm alone. I don't like being alone. Yeah. Let's take the time you left me, girl, and you burn it up inside of me. Oh, that goes my foolish pride. All the time when you're not home, the best about my heart while I'm alone. I don't like being alone. And I I can't stand it. Oh, what's up, everybody? I guess more people are following while it's going on. How you been? How you feeling? Oh man, might do a little rant, little live stream. Nobody's up today, so I might as well do mine. Uh, I was gonna actually do one yesterday, but I forgot Tuesday is usually our new styles joint, which was interesting as well the last night, as always. Um, it's kind of funny because I guess it's gonna be more of a rumble than a rant, but you'll see. I'm gonna hit many different points, so if you really want me to talk about something, this is a good day to put it in the chat. Like, share, subscribe, donate if you feel inclined. Um, First things first. I've noticed a lot of times with these blue pill spaces. Well, no. Matter of fact, let's go back. And I'm going to talk about this. And this is why I think, you know, I'm going to have to start limiting myself on social media heavily, even more so than what I've done on YouTube. I think that a lot of people, for example, like Tracy Ellis Ross, who just turned, what, 50, who's 51 years old. Nice shape for her age, but I came across this picture that somebody had on this Facebook, and the first pic, she's got her shirt on, looking prim and proper. The second one, she's covering her breast with her arm in her hand. And I'm just like, God, that looks sad. It really does look sad. You're 51. And all the people talking about, well, that doesn't look like she's going through a midlife crisis to me. That is the that is the equivalent of a guy trying to run around as if he was a teenager. It just doesn't work anymore. It's it's sad because you look at the same thing for people like Tia Mowry, and when you had your dude, you had your family. Now you're trying to thirst trap. At some point, you're gonna have to, settle down, slow down. But people don't want to believe that shit. People don't like that shit.
They don't realize what they have. You have a short window. You know, what really takes me back is the comments when I said, "Yeah, that looks like a cry for help and attention." Says you. Well, yeah, says me. And then some ugly ass broad gets up there who had nothing to do with the conversation. It's always some out of shape guy who got to say something. One, I'm not out of shape. Two, I'm not going to be insulted by a four. And I put it up there like that. And like I told the chick, I said, what 50-year-old woman wants to go out there and show her breast? Why? If you claim that you got it all together, that's not what it looks like. It looks like you're thirst trapping. And if you see older women and older men thirst trap, it looks sad. You're supposed to be distinguished. You're supposed to be elegant. But no, no, no. This is what happens when you're in the hoe zone. People applaud the wholeness. You ever notice? Not one damn person will ever complain about Meg Thee Stallion lying through testimony and on court. She should be in jail because she was actually committing perjury. But the same, let's just call them bitches who support Megan Thee Stallion, are the same bitches that complain about Simone Biles and our happy marriage. You can't win for winning. You can't be a winner. Your husband can't be a winner. Your relationship can't be a winner because people will think you're a loser. I want you to realize that. Gone are the days people are truly happy for you. Gone are the fucking days people are truly happy. It's more, how do I say, it's more trying to get the aha moments. There's nothing wrong with being interesting or interested in another person. Slow down sometimes. Slow down. You don't want everything at once. Why? Because relationships dry up that quick. But no, you can't be happy for happy people. And it's a constant in our community. There's so much jealousy, so much envy that you can't look at a good relationship and be like, you know what? That's what black love ought to be. I've seen it a couple of times at BlairCon. A good, you know, husband and wife, this couple makes me smile. They're so cheery. They had the grandma watch the kids. Beautiful kids, by the way. He's a vendor. She helps as well. And they were enjoying the festivals when they were out. It was a good time had by all. Beautiful couple. They're like damn near family. But guess how many people would hate on that? The miserable. And you know what they say about misery. That motherfucker needs company. That motherfucker needs company. And it goes to you a lot of things where a lot of things in life you just be looking at and you see it a mile away. 99% of the time, you pay it no mind. No intention whatsoever. But there's certain shit that you're just like, It's not going to work. You just learn to get the fuck out of people's way. You learn how to be an observer. You learn not to interact as much. And I think this society is pushing towards that for men, where men are going to be very pragmatic and say, hey, I don't know this bitch. She's not related to me. I'm not fucking her. I'm not married to her. I'm not dating her. I don't work with her. She's on her own. This is the reason why a lot of people don't like the fact that chivalry's dead and women killed it. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, very easily. Very easily, you could say. Why should we? Why should we go out there to places and you're interested with a chick, buy her a drink? My homeboy says, "Well, you ought to buy these chicks a drink." I said, "No." Does the guy she wants to talk to her? Does he have to do anything but show up? So I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do things that's above and beyond. No, that shit's played. I really think that shit is played. No, you gotta do this for you gotta do that. Nope. Sorry. Gone are those days. Sorry. People get mad, people get upset. Certain shit. Well no, you gotta go. Nope. I don't even think there's I don't even think there's hope. Like thinking about it. What's that video BGS sent earlier about the leftover women of China? They got their little economy yet, they got their technology yet. Motherfuckers don't like that. They don't like the fact that things aren't what they used to be. A lot of people don't like the fact that you can't throw a rock anymore and get a wife. Well, these men don't want to work. Why should they? Hold on for a second, folks. I'm back, people. I just think that people get upset where what happens when the advantage is not in your place anymore? Now, I think it's interesting for the naysayers of the space to be like, oh, we're just hating on women. We're just talking down upon black women. And I would just challenge them and say, well, if that's true, if that's true, why not? What's up, Alongo, Snowman? If that's true, why do we have so many single 40, 50-year-old women? I'm happy to be single. Who are you trying to convince? Men are single, we just shut the fuck up. We just usually shut the fuck up. And there's a big difference why. Because nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn. What's up, Gavin? Nobody gives a fuck. When men struggle, men gotta do it on their own. We ain't got too many organizations willing to let us sit back. We don't have those. We don't have too many of those. Just random rambles and rants. I think that honestly, when we have um when we have certain situations go down and we're looking for the best interests of women, looking on Facebook, somebody put up breakdancer was born in the Bronx and died in Paris. Yep, yep. I can see that. It's the world is very stark and cold, especially for men, where we don't get the liberties of saying somebody's going to protect us and look out for us. We don't get those. Nobody genuinely gives a fuck. Nobody gives a damn. Nobody cares. What's up, Lois? The interesting factor of the whole thing is that how many times we've given women the keys to the kingdom to win. Not just the men, but the women especially. Which I don't give a fuck. The world doesn't give a fuck. Until, unfortunately, look what happens. Now you're forced to listen to Black Manosphere content because that's what your husbands, your brothers, your sons, your grandsons, your nephews, your male cousins are listening to. You're right. We're the ones who can get figure it out. You'll be all right. We don't get the admiration of the people. We don't get the protection of the people. Well, look at a 50-year-old woman showing her breast off and only covering her areolas and nipples. That's sad. That's not elegant. If Felicia Rashad did that, would you look differently at her? Yes, you would. Yes, you would. But yet, like I said about women, women will keep other women lonely and single. I can't find a man on my level. I, I'm going to tell you something. Every time I hear that, I hear lies. You see plenty men on your level. You just don't like your level. Or rather, you just say that. I don't like my level. I find men on my level every day. I just don't like it. If we told the truth more, a lot of people's feelings wouldn't get hurt. But the constant lying, the constant I want to be nice. See, I'm talking about the ex-con stuff. The ex-con stuff is really a controllable substance, something to hang over your head to make you a boy instead of a man. Of course, they're willing to help the jail nigga because they can throw the words back. You be nothing without me. They can always put fear in his heart. I want you to think about that. If I'm telling, if I'm telling you, hey, lady, the man you want to get is right there. He will take care of you. He will do everything for you. But there's so many women who talk about the men they want and the men they get, and it's always some extreme. It's either the uber handsome guy with the six pack, the big arms, the chest, versus this crazy looking dude wearing a pink shirt, pink boots, a pair of fucking Jabot jeans, shorts, or some shit like. Oh, you see perfectly decent men all the time. It's just that how many times, well, we'll never say because of my bullshit, those men will go away from me. Those men will stay the fuck away from me. I'll never say that. And that lies the miserable truth, everybody. Your boy has no fear of saying, if I'm a miserable person, because if I'm a miserable person, people are going to tend to stay away from me. If that is the case, then I should not expect anything different. But what do they call doing the same thing, expecting a different result? Insanity. It's no different than having one of those simps buy flowers for a broad that doesn't like them, constantly offer or actually take them out for dinner and go nowhere. What were you expecting different to happen? What were you expecting different? You expecting a miracle Hail Mary play? Oh, I took her out 20 times. She's gonna love me this time. No. Sometimes you gotta know when to pull them. I think that's one of the biggest issues. Delusional men and women are their worst enemies. Hopefully. Yep, you're right, Alongo. Know when to walk away, know when to run. Can't be delusional. You know, you look at people out there on social media, people are supposed to run a 4.3 and they limping. No, you just hating on me. No, dude, I'm just telling you what it is. Um, you might need a little different line of work. No, you just hate. You're hating on her because she's 50 and she looks good. Nobody says she doesn't, but I don't know too many 50-year-old women that I'm going to respect showing their breast for everybody to see. Well, and of course, it's always the ugly bitches that got to drove in. And it's sad that you got to tell a woman that she's a four. And I was being nice with the four because some of her pictures, she looked like a bona fide upgradable three. I mean, I'm being nice. I mean, you ever seen a chick with an extra sketch face? Like it looked like you can connect the dots and you could find your way to Miami. But it lets you know. Today's world, we don't like elegance. Come on, man. You know it's Tracy Ellis Ross. The world's most famous spinster. Think about that, right? You wouldn't want to see a 50-year-old man sagging. As nice as her body is or not. You're 50. You're supposed to be teaching young chicks how to be elegant. Not trying to be them. That's about as sad as a 40, 50-year-old dude still having hoop or rap dreams. I'd rather him try for hoop dreams than trying to be a rapper. What are you going to rap about? If you got an AARP, yeah, you know me. The fuck? Well, come on. You know Jill Scott did the whole pretend giving fellatio with the mic a couple of years back. I mean, hell, that lets you know that context, morality, and everything else be damned. Why? Because you don't want elegance. You don't. You could have got one of the Neo Soul sisters. You could have got Mary. You could have got anybody from gospel, but you got Megan the Stallion for your goddamn presidential rally. Well, she doesn't because she doesn't have kids. I mean, I want you to think about this shit, man. A lot of these women say, well, men put up all these little men put up all these little things for women to validate themselves. No. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I want everybody to come close to the speaker. Come close, real close. It was women who said you weren't shit if you didn't have a family and a man. Not us. It was women who said you weren't shit. It was women who called you a leftover. It was women who warned their sons about women like you. You're here for a good time, not a long one. Don't blame the men on that. Don't blame the men on that. It was women who say, you stay the hell away from that woman because she's going to try to do some dirty shit to take you away from your wife. It was the older women who told you who were all the hoes. Men didn't say that shit. Not even fucking close. What the fuck is a symbol of a semi bisexual? The definition is means someone who is bisexual but is only attracted to one gender. I swear to God, man, y'all need to stop. You need to stop. I think that a lot of people, yeah, long ago. That's why you think I said I need to cut down on cut down on social media, man. I'm gonna give y'all some real feedback from this shit. I think that a lot of people really think men put a lot of shit on women, and we don't. We really don't. I think that we put a lot of emphasis on freedom. I think that we put a lot of emphasis on equality, but restricting, no. I don't think we restrict them. Not even close to what women think. If anything, he said Tampa Supreme, what's up? Now you just on time. I'm going to read one of the things on here, right? And they always want to blame men for shit. And Here's what one guy actually put. Her value dropped drastically with one upload. Having standards and respect for your body should still be a thing, but the dopamine hits of likes, comments, and emojis have the most irrational consequences. Maybe this is rash, but it's the truth. It's the reason this woman is in her 50s and alone. This post of I work hard for my body, so let me show it is working ass backwards to where you're seeing the totem pole of wife material. And of course, somebody's going to, of course, the person who puts it out there, only if you put your value into having others around you does your theory ring true. What men still fails to understand a woman's value is independent to whether she has a man or child in her life. Literally, any humans on earth is, she's literally, that's how it's written. She's literally been posting like this and actually with less clothes forever. But honestly, I'm tired of repeating the same thing over and over. So have at it, love. Here's see, women. This is the problem. Women want men to be attracted to certain shit, but not hear what the men gotta say. It's like if you had an EOD or a bomb disposal unit come up to you from a SWAT team, and you're telling them, no, 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 I got it. What you mean you got it? Your services are no longer needed. I got it. Nah. Tracy Ellis Ross? Nah, never been with her. Now I'm just reading the comments of that picture that she posted. That the chick on here posted. She says, here's the problem. Long ago, men made the rules about what women could and couldn't do, and how we could and couldn't dress. Now we have our own voices outside of them. They do not like it. We don't care. Not being attached to a man is not the end of the world or existence for a woman. She can go to live a healthy, thriving, and oftentimes happier life. I love men. I really, really do not. Excuse me. I love men. I really, really do, but not at the expense of my joy and peace. I will always choose me and applaud any woman who stands up and chooses herself over and over again. Of course, you know all the broads like that shit. But this is the problem. All these fucking broads in here are single. It's like I said, you motherfuckers have been tied to a bomb and you're telling EOD, get out of here, I got it. Any women can value themselves. That's just self esteem. Interpersonally, their value is determined by the market. See, they don't like the market. See, modern women want to do what the fucking Biden administration has done so quickly, create inflation. They want to rise up prices for the shit that you wouldn't even pay $2 for yesterday. I'm supposed to provide a house, a home, a ring, a career, all this shit for a chick who got six baby daddies and 17 kids. On an individual level, we got to say this. We got to say this. On an individual level, they're only as valuable as, like you said, the market deems you. Sorry. I don't see too many men going after 50-year-old women the same way they go after 50-year-old men. I don't even see the market going after 40-year-old women the way they go after 40-year-old men. To be quite honest, 30-year-old men and 30-year-old women come up about damn near even. See, when you try to tell these broads about desperate, they don't want to look at desperate. Desperate is, I don't have to post pictures of my titties. See, they don't understand crisis. Don't talk about Vivica. Anytime you gotta marry yourself, Vivica's somebody's nana. You know, from now on, we should not call her Vivica Fox. We should call her Winnie the Pooh's grandmother, Pooh Nanny. Oh, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Tracy Ellis Ross. See, I've told women if you're past 35, get yourself in shape, be the nicest motherfucker you could be endearing, be doting. I'm not saying be a slave, but yes, you should be catering to the motherfucker. You know why? Because that badass 21-year-old doesn't have to do all that shit. She's going to get the attention just because she exists. But then, oh, Tia Murray. Oh my God, Tia Murray's a nutcase. There's a reason why I call her Pooh Nanny. Because she looks like Winnie the Pooh. Remember how bad she used to look in the 90s? She went from one spectrum of bad to the other. God damn. Ready for a relationship at 60. What the fuck? And I love how they try to equate men and women at the same ages, which don't. Halle Berry's a winner, eyes. She just paying child support to the white boys. God damn. That's a real nigga right there. Somebody said, well, Beyonce has her coochie out every time. We see her, nobody bats an eye. Yeah, but what does Beyonce got? A guy who's worth twice as much than her. You should look at it. A lot of these chicks talk about, I'm gonna be 50 next year or next week. Some of them, you just looking at them like, God damn, I thought you were older than that shit. Yeah, I would think crisis. I think that I think that Tracy Ellis Ross was awkward. This is where me and BGS may agree or may not agree, but I think Tracy Ellis Ross was a little awkward. I think she was trying to really get white men, but who knows? You can't compare 51-year-old men to 51-year-old women. It's different ends of the spectrum, especially if both work out. Because a 50-year-old woman is going to always look great for 50. A 51-year-old man is just going to look great, period. You never hear, it's just like a younger woman. If she's 21 and she's an 8, she's beautiful, period. She's not going to be beautiful for 21. It's, they, but they always want to blame us that we put restrictions on them. Never. If anything, we're the ones who gave you less restrictions. Look how it backfired in our asses. Look how that turned out. Look how this shit turned out. I'm glad you said it, Alongo. I'm glad you said that. Because when I turned 40, oh my God. Ugh. A lot of 90% of 40-year-old women just look funny to me. They look old. They look like they had it. It looks like life beat them up. And I mean, there are some fine ass 41-year-olds out there, 42, 50-year-olds. But guess what? That's not the norm. It's like, can you respect a dude who's do you respect the dude who sags his pants? No. Can you really respect the dude who sags his pants at 50? No. You really stop. You can't even respect the dude who sags his pants. You can't even respect the dude who sags his pants at what? 30, at fucking 30. You can't. Oh, Jesus Christ, you can't. But see, here's the part about me. I can admit that shit. I can admit that shit. You're right, LEPD SWAT. How many men in their 50s and 60s were still considered handsome? Some of these motherfuckers hit their stride when they get into their late 30s. I mean, come on, dude. Come on. I really want you to think about this shit, man. There's a lot of dudes who get more play in their mid to late 30s than they did in their 20s. But nobody wants to believe this shit. Nobody wants to believe this shit, man. Nobody wants to believe this shit. Nobody wants to. There's a reason why Leonardo DiCaprio has a record of once a chick gets to a certain age, he stops dating them. He's been habitual about that, man. Brad Pitt. Did you see? Did you see Tom Cruise at the Olympics? He's older, but he still looks great. Now you take his you know the actress who co-starred with him in what was that movie Top Gun? You take him now and you take her now, and stark difference, man. Hey, what's up, Gavin?
Hey, hey, hey. Better yet, Sharon Stone.
Oh yeah,
mm,
stark difference, man. Like, let me ask you this question: could you respect a 30-year-old man sagging his pants?
Nope.
no.
Then why?
Hey, first off, I live in Los Angeles. Do you realize I'm 54 and I see men in the hood, they're like older than me, wearing the oversized pants and the cornrows and like they're still, hanging it down on the street corner. And they got women with them. They're dusty, but it's like, ugh, no. What the hell?
But could you respect that? Okay.
Me? No. Do they get
What
respect to
about?
say, G, what's up, G? That's the younger ones.
But here's the part: if I'm not going to respect a 30-year-old man sagging, why would I respect a 50-year-old woman exposing her breasts?
It's today's
Mm,
generation. You and me, we're cut from a different cloth. But now, those that come after us, unfortunately,
Don't forget to hit the like button, everybody,
now, Charles, why are you talking about Tracy Ellis Ross like that?
because it was Tracy Ellie Ross who
she
did
makes the
that
top
silly
10.
shit.
Wait, did she? No,
Because she did that.
I was just kidding. She actually did that shit. Damn.
Yeah, you can look it up, bro.
And this woman tried to come at me about the shit. And I'm like, yo, that looks like a crisis. You should not be trying to. You're supposed to be elegant, man.
I tried to have a conversation with a friend of mine just yesterday, and he's a younger guy, and he has some sense about him, but he just couldn't understand what I was saying. Tracy is competing with her mother.
She can't. I guess she's going upside down. Now the word turned her. She's looking inside out. Don't worry, I'll put it in my. I'm gonna put this picture up in my damn in my group chat in my what's that shit? My community section. It just looks sad. It looks sad, man.
You
Don't
over that
have
shit,
cheese
man?
on
What the
her.
fuck?
If you're not, there's certain things you can't respect a woman doing, just like there's certain things you can't respect a man doing. You're trying to put limits on women. No, it was women who put limits on women.
For obvious reasons.
Do you want to be treated like a whore? No, then do this. I said, notice for the longest time we didn't have to put a hijab on women. Women would actually take you into church and put a clothing over your shirt if your skirt was too short. There was women who taught girls how to cross their legs.
I guess not anymore.
Now they cocking them out.
Hey,
Matter
look
of
at that
fact,
Sierra video, yo.
they scratching it. They got it cock rock ready to rock, man. They got their shit. Wow. God damn. Like, it's sad that you don't even have women who are in their 20s who know how to wash their cooch right. Oh my God. What's up, Mel? Everybody still there?
I'm
Still
here.
here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just
Mm,
I'm just thinking about that. Like, think about that shit. You got women who can't even wash their own cooch right. And they got the nerve to say it's men who did this. No. Men didn't say, hey, go get this go get this feminine product because we don't use them.
Now, did you notice something kind of similar along the lines when you talk about Commander this past Olympics? Notice from the women's running team who got the shine, even though she didn't do jack shit.
So,
Shakari Richardson.
she was the anchor, so she kind of was the I will give her credit. She did a
Uh oh.
lot. She give her a lot. She did a lot better and got her shit together. If it
Well,
wasn't for her, if it wasn't for her running anchor, they would have lost big.
Hmm.
well, here's the thing.
Yeah, and to her, and to be fair to her, there was some funny shit going on. Which, well, that's how she got the silver.
Yeah, you got to be fair to her because we're gonna be fair. And a lot of motherfuckers won't be fair because Shakari and Shelly Ann Fraser Price were not given sufficient time to warm up because two of your biggest fucking runners that you had in the last 10 years, you can't recognize and you have them at the fucking gate. That's bullshit. That's sabotage. And for her to come out there kind of cold and still get silver is still amazing.
Hmm.
I mean, she won gold in the relays.
That's called
So,
overcoming adversity. But then again, the entire Olympics, the Olympic Village was a shit show. A lot of
yeah.
people had to relocate. Yeah, they had to move out. Some of them had to find their own personal accommodations. I'm like, why did they have to do it on their own dime?
Yeah,
Why
because
was the Olympic teams protecting them and shit?
the hotel France provided were dog shit,
Yeah.
literally.
The hotel, think about this, right? You're Paris in France. You're telling me you don't have any fucking
Air conditioning.
4-star hotels?
Or or proper or at least acceptable accommodations. And I understand Paris Olympics. I mean, this is the problem with having Olympics because last time you had scandals like this was in Rio in 2016 because people were complaining about the accommodations and such and how they were built and everything. And Rio, it was pretty messed up. France, you think they would do better, but I guess France has been going to shit for years.
Yeah, I mean, France is pretty
I know
cool.
one thing. France did about 20 years of damage to climate change because all that bullshit they were doing was in the name of climate change. No air conditioning, terrible food. I was like, if this is what y'all call climate change, you just did yourself a disservice.
Environmental shit. I mean, come on, you can be more innovative than that. I mean, Germany they were far more better with that shit, and they hosted the European Cup earlier this summer. They were better at
Well,
accommodation. They had better security for that matter.
I'll tell you this one. I bet you nobody complained about Tokyo.
No, in Japan they had everything on lock. 'Cause, you go to Japan nowadays, motherfuckers will tell you it's like It's like living in the 20. You think you're living in 2050? That's 50, folks.
Excuse me, I
They're
got to
so
reply.
advanced with this shit. Yo, what's y'all's reaction to? I don't know. Maybe I missed this, but what's y'all's reaction to Jordan Childs getting, demoted, having her being stripped of her bronze medal and shit?
No opinion. I didn't really watch the
What was
Olympics.
the reason given? What was it? Because okay, I couldn't quite figure out the reason they were sort of passing off. Like, what was it?
Something about judging error by the judges and some shit like that, and she ended up getting to bumped down to fifth. Some kind of shit, some kind of shenanigans. But then again, uh, one gymnast I can say, especially when it comes to France, got the ultimate fuck you. Was able to pull off the ultimate fuck you to France. You guys heard about the gymnast Kylian Namour?
No.
Oh, the one
Okay.
who she's French, but they wouldn't let her train because they gathered a new training facility for all the gymnasts.
Yeah, the thing was like, yeah, first of all, France, as well as many of its former French colonies, they accept dual citizenship. And this is something that a lot of French athletes have taken advantage of, especially in other sports. So Kélia Namour, although she was raised in her French mother's Catholic faith, she was born to a French Algerian father. So that would make her and her father was I think was born in France, but she's basically third generation French Algerian through her father. And what happened was like in 20, she had to undergo knee surgery, and then when she was under recurring knee surgery, got cleared to compete. That's when like the French bureaucracy being what it is, how uppity and how superficial they can be. They said that no, you're going to have to all those who want to compete for the French national team have to relocate to Paris. And she's like, no. And she trains in Avignon, which is up in the northern part of France. And she said, no, I'm not gonna go there. I'm recovering from knee surgery. I just recovered from knee surgery, and they were like, no, you have to undergo strict guidelines about, if you want to come back in, we got to be under our strict supervision and whatnot, which means you have to leave your coaches in Avignon and come back and compete in Paris. They told a lot of people to do that. And she said, no, I don't want to do that because, she had a good rapport with her coaches. She did, and she was, there was a good trust and everything. And so in 2022, she was like, you know what, fuck this. And then she took advantage of the whole dual citizenship and applied for Algerian and chose to switch for Algeria. Of course, the French they blocked her, so 2022 she couldn't really compete internationally. She came out. Her first debut as an Algerian gymnast was in the 2023 African Games, and of course, here in Paris, she qualified and she won in the unparalleled bars event as an Algerian. But that doesn't mean she had to give up her French citizenship. In fact, she and wasn't the boxer who was under the center of the scrutiny and everything, Iman Khalif, they both won gold medals for Algeria.
Yeah,
But
that
it's no
was the
surprise. I
ultimate.
mean,
That was the ultimate fuck you. But they should have let Jordan Childs keep her medals.
it's a lot of BS. And again, I remember he had some shenanigans like this happen in 2002 in the Winter Olympics. There had been some collusion with a couple of judges, and there were some collusions involving like was a German and Canadian judge? No, German and French judge. No, Russian and French judge, and they purposely bumped up the Russian pair in the pairs figure skating event to gold, and the Canadian team came out second, and they were like really pissed off about it. And then when once the scandal was revealed that there had been some horse trading between the judges, the Russian couple were stripped. The Canadian couple were bumped up to gold after that. But the dude, I forgot what his name is. He's one half of that friend of the Canadian couple. He was like, "Hey, It is what it is. All we need now is the silver, and we got the complete set. We all need now is the bronze, and we get the complete set. Even joked about like, this is like this whole disaster is just like you're doing the skeleton ride without a helmet. I doubt any of you guys know what a skeleton ride is.
Nope.
What's that?
Okay, you guys know what bobsleigh is, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know what the luge is? It's like that sled that one person rides going feet first
Yeah.
down that track. Okay. Skeleton ride, it's the other way around where you are going head first down that same track. And they have to have specially designed helmets and it's a
Um,
different type of design for the sleigh to do
Make
that.
sure that
I mean, the
bottom lock
sled.
unlocked in case I go upstairs.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah.
this is the difficulty of the whole Olympics thing. Because first of all, if one of the people from the IOC is Romanian and the player is from Romania, that's a conflict of interest.
Hmm. One
They
of the
shouldn't
competitors.
strip.
Yeah.
They shouldn't strip it. So
No, so
why?
you got bumped. The Romanian guy was given the bronze. Childs was bumped down to fifth, and in her place, they gave it to a Romanian gymnast.
Yeah, I mean, what you should have done was give Charles the thing because she passed what she needed to pass.
Wait a minute, didn't they appeal it at the sports arbitration?
Yeah, USA gymnasts are going for the arbitration and appealing.
Mm, shit.
Good luck with that.
I'm sure they could work something out eventually. I mean,
No
Yeah.
fucker. Because Jordan Childs actually did have a better routine overall.
uh, it is what the fuck it is. But then again, here's something I'd like to mention. I mean, that the whole French Olympics, I didn't even bother to watch it, even though I was able to watch it. I didn't really bother. And there are certain things I heard, and
Like I
in
heard
my personal opinion,
the medals were
huh?
deteriorating. Some of the medals were deteriorating.
Which shows how hastily these were created.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean,
I mean, your medal. I mean, and it's not like a couple of weeks or a couple of months or a couple of. But goddamn, you wore it and your bronze medal was already fading, and they showed pictures of it from people.
the bronze medal only, or did the gold or silver? Did they have any for gold or silver?
There's different medals that they said that was deteriorating.
What the hell is wrong with everybody? What is wrong with the French? But let me get the French have gotten too superficial when they do certain things.
Well, they did get their. You know what you're saying? Karma's a bitch. Did you pay attention how France got the ultimate upset slap in the face in a good way when it came to fencing?
Hmm.
Hmm.
The sport you motherfuckers invent, you lose totally in.
Oh, they got their ass handed to them, especially in the men's with the saber. That
Who was it against?
for the saber, it was a French guy, and I think he was either Japanese or Korean. I think he was Japanese, but it was an Asian guy, and it wasn't even a contest. Dude just mopped his ass, and then in the
First of
next,
all, mhm. Go ahead, sir.
then in the next one, there's like, cause so in fencing, there's three divisions or three types of fencing swords: the
You have the
saber, which is the
foil.
head, the épée, and the foil. In the
Hmm.
men's épée division, it
Hmm.
was France didn't even get to the gold. It was a Hungarian and again another Asian guy. I think he was either again Korean or Japanese, but I'm kind of can't remember which was which. Same thing. That was a bit more closer of a competition, but still the Asian guy won out. France didn't even medal gold or silver in that one. So I find
Well,
it kind
you
of
gotta
funny
understand
how
how
it's all went
competitive.
down in a sport that France pretty much you could say created, and their own home
That,
court they lose.
hmm Well, you gotta
No,
understand a couple of things. First of all, when it comes to fencing, a lot of these people have been training since they were kids. Did you know that some of these people were, were enrolled in universities on fencing scholarships? So a lot of
oh,
these,
yeah.
so a lot of these kids have been training, and they've been training year in year out. They have international fencing competitions all over the place, and they also have their like individual as well as national, not just as national teams, for also for professionally as well. So these guys are just no joke about it. In Japan and in China and whatnot, these countries they've been like they got top-notch facilities and they train these people. There's a mindset to it, but for France not to medal, that means they're going to need a new overhaul on how to in the sports
Yeah,
and the
we're
governing
talking.
body. They just say like we need to overhaul it. We need to see what's happened, but they're probably going to make matters worse. The bureaucracy is probably going to make matters worse. I mean, it's the same
And,
thing
and
with professional sports in general in France. I mean, France, Spain, some people argue, but that's a financial issue. Hell, their soccer league has become pretty much a joke.
pretty much.
I mean, you have two major clubs in that in French soccer. One in Paris called Paris Saint-Germain, and the owners of that team is the Qatar Foundation. The other is in the city of Marseille, Olympique Marseille. And Marseille and Paris, they have a huge rivalry because Marseille, which is the biggest port city in the south of France, is home to a lot of immigrants, especially French Algerians. And that team is considered is like the people's team, while everybody thinks folks in Paris are uppity. But French soccer, just like French basketball and everything, they've been under strict financial regulations just to keep them from going bankrupt after they see what the shit that's going on in Spain. I mean, you got people who play professionally basketball, handball, even volleyball over there. Italy, same thing, but Italy's been going through some shit, financially. Same thing with Spain. But for France to be, to not medal, that's an embarrassment. And it was just like, what the hell is wrong with them? Somebody needs to like look at this and like, okay, we need a new overhaul. We need to get our shit together. I'm sure there's other nations in the sports they dominated where they saw something's not working. We need to get our act together.
Speaking
By the
of
way,
that,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was saying, speaking of getting our act together, I wanted to hear your opinion, Nema and Commander.
Mhm.
Your thoughts on the finals of the men's and women's basketball.
In what aspect?
Well, for the women's basketball, I think they won gold against the French team. Did it come down to France as
Mhm.
well? But
It
one,
was both finals, yeah. Hmm.
yeah, but one wasn't the score kind of low, like 60 something. Like they won by 1 point, and it like was somewhere in the 60s. And
In the
then
women's
two
game.
in the women's game, yeah, in the women's game. And then the whole Brittany Griner thing. Oh, she's all crying and all teary emotional for her country. Excuse me.
Bitch, shut the fuck up. But then again, she's just like,
Playing
I
the
think that was a
national
PR.
anthem.
First of all, that's
You got
normal. People
well, you got to
crying.
remember, she's a dad, so
I, I,
France
but
France was always going to be competitive because there's a lot of good basketball players from France and different parts of Europe, so that was going to be competitive anyway.
Yeah. In the men's game, yeah, especially. But then again, let's not forget something. And I remember it's like everybody was going off about, and like Snowman was going off about this on his show about why the fuck did LeBron get the MVP despite the fact the man who really led that team was Steph Curry, especially in the final games.
Wait,
It was Steph Curry who
wait, they gave LeBron the VP?
they gave LeBron MVP for for the Olympics. I'm like,
Oh,
motherfucker,
come on. What?
it's a Gavin,
Are you
for real,
serious?
for real.
It's a bit absurd because those 3-point shots that Homeboy played iced the game. So,
See. This has been the common pattern. You guys realize this is a common pattern here. Anytime LeBron won a gold medal, was part of a gold medal team, he was always in the shadow of somebody else. In 2008 and 2012, it was Kobe. All right. This one, you had Kevin Durant, you had bum leg Anthony Davis. Oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg. That's a shout out to the Snowman. You got Steph Curry. You had a couple other guys. What's his name? Darren White. No, what's his name? Darren, the one for the Celtics. The one with the bad hairline. Had to shave his head. Light skinned brother. Not Jason Tatum. The other one. The one who had to shave his head. Something White. Derek White, I think is his name.
Probably.
Yeah. Him and everybody. Not to mention you had an old, but look at that lineup. It was old. And then somebody once asked Magic Johnson, "What do you think about this team compared to the Dream Team?" I said, "The original Dream Team from '92." I'm like, they beat France by 9 points in 2024. When we were in the Olympics in '92, we were dominating. You never saw a game that was under 100 points for us. And we were usually ahead of the team, the next team, like Croatia, for example, which who they beat in the gold medal match, in the gold medal game, like by 20 points. So y'all ain't shit. Not to mention, basketball has improved immensely in the past 30 years.
In other countries,
especially
but
for, especially
not in
for
the
Europe.
US.
Yeah, I mean, um, it's a major, it's big. I
Look at
mean,
look at look at Olympic wrestling. Women's wrestling in
oh yeah,
America improved like a motherfucker. I mean, when you got a 20-year-old, I forget what her name is. She basically, this is how good she is. In the last 2 years, she won 6 world titles. She won the under 20 world title, the under 23 world title, the seniors world
which
title
weight
twice.
class?
165, I think,
No,
kilograms.
no, no. Kilograms is always like 60 something, not 160. That would make her 300
I didn't.
pounds.
No, I said 60, 65 kilograms. I
No, it
think.
has to be 66.
Or
66 under.
66. Let me go check it. What's the name of the girl? Of course, my girl, Kennedy Blades won a silver. Good God, that was a decent. That was a devastating suplex. Hmm.
You suplex the shit out of somebody, you gonna snatch their soul in a sense.
Well, she did more to snatch her soul. She put her to sleep.
And people say you can't get concussed. Shit. What's
Shit,
a
right?
concussion? In fact, what type of concussion protocols do you think they had at the Olympics for this?
Oh, yeah, they have top protocols because some of these are just hard hitting sports.
Yeah, well, they better have had a good. They better have a good, concussion protocol at the Olympics. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Let me see. Let me
Okay.
see. Kennedy Blades is what, 170 kilo. Well, no, she's at 76 kilograms. Damn.
Oh, Algeria had 8 competitors. Albania 3, Armenia had 5, Australia 2, Azerbaijan 12, Bahrain had 1 wrestler in there. All right. Egypt had 11. In Africa, Egypt are like one of the big names when it comes to amateur wrestling, freestyle, and
Wow. That's her name. Allure. Emit Allure. You talk about devastating on every level. 2024 Olympic champion. Two-time champion at 68 kilograms. Sometimes she goes up to 72. Um, Three times world champion at the under 21. Actually, she did. Catch this. In 2023, she won the under 20, under 23, and seniors world championships in the same year. She's the youngest world champion in American history. She's also the youngest Olympic champion in American history.
Mhm.
And I mean, she was
Yes.
smoking them bitches like a pack of cools.
Speaking of champions, we're talking about. How about this Mikhail Lopez?
Oh, my Lopez is a legend.
Mikhail Lopez Nunez, and he's our age.
Yeah, he's 42 in about a week or so.
In what
Yeah, yeah, he
sport?
did.
Greco-Roman
Greco-Roman
wrestling.
wrestling,
Oh,
heavyweight,
oh, wait a minute.
Forty-one,
in heavyweight.
Hold on. Are you
super
talking about the
heavyweight.
Cuban,
Yeah,
The Cuban.
Miguel Lopez? Yeah. Oh man,
yeah.
5 times
He,
consecutive. Damn.
His nickname
he
is El Terrible or El Gigante de Herradura because he's from Entroque de Herradura in Cuba. I'm like, oh, 6'5", 290 pounds.
he
He just
cuts to
retired
make.
after this. 5.
I mean, think about it. You're the only athlete ever to win 5 consecutive gold medals in one event. The
2
only
gold
athlete.
medals, 120 kilogram, and then they bumped it. Then he moved up to 130 kilograms for
Mm-hmm.
Rio, Tokyo, and Paris. 130, but in Beijing and London, he competed at 120 and won gold in that one. He's also a 5-time world champion.
Then you have
He also got
Yoshida from Japan, who's won 3 Olympic golds, 1 silver, and I believe 11 world championships.
So now
It's
Cuba
Japanese.
they produced Teofilo Stevenson and now this guy Miguel Lopez.
You got Jordan Burroughs from America. He holds the record for 7 world and Olympic um, titles. Because every time you win, if you win the Olympics, you're also a world champion for that year too.
Yeah.
So it's equal to a world championship. So
Yuka Kagami won gold in the women's 76 kilograms. That's the highest. Kennedy Blades, you mentioned she won silver in that one, but they had a Cuban who won bronze. No, Cuban, Milainis Marin and Tatiana Rentera, Colombia. They had to split this. They shared the bronze. That's the highest, 76 kg,
mhm.
which is basically 76 kg. Hang on a second, gotta convert that.
How do you win 6 world titles in 2 years? Good God.
Like Gabby.
You're not even old enough to drink yet.
Look at Gabby
She's the youngest.
Thomas.
Like, God damn, you won
167 pounds. 167. That's basically
you
76
won
kilos. That's
6
167.
world titles
That's the
in
highest.
you won 6 world titles. And here's the part that people don't get. She's won it
Mhm.
under the under 20, under 23 seniors. 2 times she won the world seniors, and she just won the world. So that's 6 world titles.
What are we talking about?
Emi Allure.
This is a man or woman?
Female.
Oh, Amit Elor. Amit Elor.
God
Walnut
damn.
Creek. She's from Walnut Creek. She Diablo Valley Conference.
That is a hell of an athletic achievement. Good God Almighty.
She also has gold in the Pan American Games. She's only 20, and she's got the under 23. She's a two-time under 23 champion. She has.
Two-time
Oh, she
senior.
competed last. Yeah, her first medal was a bronze medal at the Cadet World Championships in Sofia, Bulgaria. God damn. She came back but she had to go up a weight class because up until 2000, because she had to go. She moved up to like 68 kg. But unfortunately, they don't have a.
No, you have 10 in the worlds, but only 6 weight classes at the Olympics.
Yeah, so she had to drop down to like 68 to compete in the Olympics because there's no, or she would have had to gone up to 76. And she was like, "Fuck that! I'm going down to 72. I'm going to drop down back to 68." Because in the worlds, you can compete as 72 kilograms, but like that's insane.
That's
Laura.
you can remember that name because you're gonna hear it a long time.
Amita Laura. What kind of last name? What kind of name is that? First of all.
She's Jewish.
Oh. Parents
And
Elena
by the way,
Ray Elora. Okay.
I'm gonna make my official statement because somebody said some very disparaging, hateful shit that says you belong in a furnace. I like to say whoever said that, go fuck yourself with a hot poker. Yeah. A 20-year-old girl, young woman, represent the United States and wins gold in a dominating fashion. And you're gonna say some ignorant shit because of what she is? Man, go fuck
Not
yourself.
only that, oh, she would have taken it personally because her grandfather, both of her grandfathers and her great grandmother are Holocaust survivors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Her father died like 2 years ago from COVID, and her brother was murdered in 2018. You know.
Go fuck yourselves. And that's what I like to tell people. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah. Plus, they were world champions. She and her siblings were U.S. national wrestling champions, junior national champions. I'm like, what the hell?
No, go fuck yourselves. And I tell people that very seriously. Go fuck yourselves, you ignorant bastards. And those are the type of motherfuckers who would have nothing to say to the ignorant women of the world. But you would, but a female that represents America and herself very well, you don't got shit to say. Fuck you. Fuck you.
She's right now dating. Says here in her personal life here, she says she's dating Michael who is a BJJ world champion. I'm sure she's learning BJJ as well.
Mm-hmm. Imagine
Michael
her.
Galvão. Yeah.
Imagine what her MMA career gonna look like. Good God.
Well, they're both 20, and he's right now living in Florida. He's not competing in MMA right now, but if she was to go into MMA, I don't know. There's the money isn't like what it. The finances over there are not what it used to be, man.
WWE.
Well, the finances are. How can I say it? The finances are a little different because
they took away the sponsorships and everything, and everybody
it
has to say,
depends on where you go.
Nah, she could be the female Kurt Angle. Go straight WWE.
You could go WWE. You could go to Bellator. You
No,
could go
Bellator
to
got bought out by the PFL. Bellator got bought out 2 years ago. 2 years ago, this November, Bellator was purchased by PFL.
PFL pays more, so you're good there.
Yeah, but PFL, you don't have sponsorship. You don't get sponsors, and plus, you remember everybody had their own apparel, just like in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
They took that away from. PFL did that. UFC did that in 2014 with the Reebok deal. Then they switched to Venom, and I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Taking the money because guys were getting good money from
They were getting
endorsement deals. Endorsement deals. You got
shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy Shatterstar Games, aka Crying. You ain't shit. Crying, man.
It's the building, man. Shout out, man. What's up, man? Woo to everybody, man. What's up, bro?
What's up? We got to give you the salute. Talk to him all night for the $5. I love that. Every time he come with that van, Joseph just stops me in my tracks. Oh my god, that shit is so funny.
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond. Plus.
No,
That's that
thank you.
64 hit combo right there, bro.
Oh, yeah, he was lighting his ass up. Appreciate that. Don't forget to put the likes in and donate, people. You know, we're gonna do the $1 holla. Just a matter of fact, let's make it $2. $2 cash apps. We got 24 people, $2 cash apps. If you don't know what a cash app is, hey, if y'all could do that to everybody who's content create. I mean, do y'all really want us to make constant cards? I'm gonna tell you a little secret, and you know, Shatterstar's a content creator as well. Do you know the more you support and monetize content creators, the more they can actually, make the content that speaks to you or speak up for you because they don't have to worry about the jobs or people calling their jobs and shit like that. So hey, all I'm asking in the chat, hey, $2 holla, 24 people times 2, that's $48. Hey, we can do 48. I'm glad. If you ain't got it today, hey, I understand that too. But hey, $2 hollers on the Cash App ain't bad. If you could do more, do more. But the least you could do is give me my likes.
Yeah, likes are free, man. And the thing about it, brother, I was just thinking about that earlier, man. I was hearing y'all brothers talking about some of these high pedigree, man, wrestlers, bro. And who actually did they have the Greco-Roman wrestling already for the Olympics?
Oh yeah. They had that. They usually start that time, so yeah, they actually have it.
Did you get a chance to see the new category that they put in that I've heard that they've already canceled for the next season?
No, the breakdancing.
Yeah.
I'm like, you telling me some niggas from New York couldn't have won gold? The fuck out of here.
Man, come on, man. From the Beastie Boy dudes up there to the Puerto Ricans to the black people, no one.
I call bullshit.
Yo, that was crazy. When I saw that woman Ray Gun, they call her Ray Gun. When I saw Ray Gun up there, I was like, oh my God, man. Who approved this?
Uh-oh.
Hey Charles, I'm checking out like some of the winners. You know Bahrain, they won gold medal in the men's freestyle 97 kg. Here's the funny thing about their competitor. His name is Ahmed Magomedovich Tazhudinov. He's Dagestani.
And guess what? He's doggy. He had a hell of a match against. Oh man, thank you, Gavin. Thank you. I gotta do one. Thank you, Joe. He's from Daggy, old Daggy. Oh yeah. Thank you, Harold. Oh, gotta do it. Gotta do it for my boy Harold and for who else? Gavin. Talk to him, Prince Adam.
By the power of Grayskull.
And for Gavin. definitely appreciate you guys, man. Oh yeah, but you got to remember that guy. He had a hell of a match with Aaron Brooks because Aaron Brooks was winning, and out of nowhere with that comeback 2 point move, he got into the gold medal match. Shout out to Aaron Brooks, another Maryland. You got to think 3 Olympic wrestlers. When I keep telling y'all, Maryland has some of the best wrestlers in the world. 3 people from 3 people from Maryland actually wrestled in the Olympics this year. Aaron Brooks, Helen Marulis, and Kyle Snyder.
Aaron Brooks. This is in 86 kilograms. Friends freestyle.
Yep.
You're supposed to
And
tell you shared it with Darren, with the Darren Kuregliev. There's the
I actually follow him and the other guy on Instagram. I talked
you had
to
a lot of Russians switching. You had a lot of Russians switching nationalities just to compete in the Olympics, and
well, because Russia's
bam, yeah.
you had to do the same thing. Oh, Aaron Brooks is a dog. Yeah, you're right. Aaron Brooks, 4-time NCAA champion. Oh, he's only 24, so he's gonna be there for a while.
Can you in
From
freestyle,
Penn
Charles?
State.
Can you do submissions in freestyle?
No. How can I say this? You get points on how high and how hard you throw a person.
And slam. I mean,
Okay.
Like
Okay.
shout out to Kennedy Blades, and she liked one of my videos I done about her a couple of weeks back when she was wrestling on John Jones, and she liked my other video when she did the suplex. I nicknamed her the Wolverine. Get it, Wolverine Blades. But sweetheart girl, she's tall too. She's like 5'11".
yeah,
Got a
she's
reach,
5'11", 168 pounds. Ooh, man, I gotta
big
see what this
girl,
chick looks like. She's
big
from
girl.
Chicago.
Yeah, big girl, but she's very, very her, Aaron Brooks, Helen Marulis. You know, a lot of them are devout Christians.
Damn,
Big girl, isn't she?
that suplex. I mean, landing on the back of her head.
That was a
You could
masterful
just
suplex.
masterful out of nowhere. I'm like,
And
you
you
gotta
could
have a
tell,
lot of flexibility as well as strength and technique to pull that off.
you
Because
could
you see the
tell
picture.
she's a lot stronger than she gives off, man. She's a lot stronger than she gives off. I mean, good God Almighty. If
But Kagami
hmm.
What's
Gay took her to school.
Go ahead, Shadow Start.
what's her name again?
Kennedy Blades. Look up Kennedy Blades suplex. And if somebody got a computer screen, because my son has my laptop, I'm
Into
gonna put
this,
it up.
have
Go ahead.
y'all have not been paying attention to Charles for the past week and a half? This man has been so giddy than a sissy, happier than I don't know what about this one wrestler. Cause apparently what she done did and how she been doing it has been impressing the shit out of Charles. So yeah, kudos to her. For real. And Charles,
Trust me. I am a fan. I will tell you the one sport I am a proponent of, and people think I'm sexist. I'm a big fan of women's wrestling because women's wrestling evolved very quickly in the United States. Them motherfuckers can
University of
go.
Iowa too.
And she's going to
University of
Iowa.
Iowa.
If somebody could pull up that fucking suplex she does, I mean, the way she snapped her hips, that chick, you got my boy Aaron Brooks, Snyder, Helen Marulis is a dog too. The first woman's Olympic gold medalist in freestyle wrestling in the females division, Kennedy Blake. Emmy.
but serious question, Chuck. Serious question. Is there any of them in the division that is at least feminine, sexy enough that you would even probably want to date? Real question.
When when you look at the women, I will say this about USA Wrestling women: they're very feminine. They're they're very feminine. Of course, they're going to have athletic builds. They're athletes. They're wrestlers. They're going to be strong. They're going to be pound for pound strong. But when you look at them, they remind you a bit like they remind you a lot like Simone Biles. Very devout, very feminine, very low key. Like if you look at Kennedy Blades, when
Very
she was
reserved.
interviewed when she was interviewed for the world team, for the Olympic team, the first thing they said, how do you feel about this? She says, I got closer to Jesus. And does that impress you?
She's just like, she's just being herself.
She's very devout. Helen Marula said I had to go and I had to go back and I had to talk to Jesus. I had to talk to God. So if you could get with a chick who's very devout in her beliefs, you're gonna get a feminine woman. Like I've dated athletes. So I understand how an athlete's gonna be mentally, how they're gonna look physically, how they're gonna be spiritually and emotionally. So
Mhm.
very feminine. And one thing you notice about the ladies there, they're very feminine, they're friendly, they're very carefree. I've
Respectful,
always they're very respectful. Lord knows they're
cordial,
respectful.
polite.
They're polite. They're like there's not one person who had anything negative to say about the female wrestlers. They said they were all you should see them skipping, you know. Shout out to Sarah Hildebrandt. She was on the world team a couple of times, made silver, made gold, made bronze. This year she made gold. I mean, she swept them chicks. I mean, she dates a black guy. Very
Who?
feminine. Sarah Hildebrandt.
Right.
So to answer your question, AO, there's a lot of them who are like Kennedy is like you could tell her and her sister's a mad motherfucker too. She's a world champion as well. And you can see that the whole community's behind her. Like there's nothing but love there. And speaking to her, everybody who meets her is talks about how infectious she is, and they love the potential she has in her career.
Sarah Hildebrandt, she's like 30. She's 5'3". This girl can move. Where'd you go to college? Oh, King University. Oh, that's a private school. Presbyterian. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Where
Okay, I thought. Okay, I'm just looking up. Yeah, she went to college. She went to a Presbyterian affiliated private university in Bristol, Tennessee. It's called King University. I'm like, all right. Sarah Hildebrandt. All right. This one was no joke. Granger, Indiana. That's where she's from. Her coach is Terry Spiner. You ever heard of that name, Charles?
sounds familiar.
It says here he's a women's national wrestling coach, and he led the women's coach to a record 4 medals at Tokyo. Also, says I think he's like he coached at the University of Iowa.
Mm.
He's from Bismarck, North Dakota. Attended Bismarck County Century High School. Oh, he wrestled at the University of Iowa alongside his twin brother Troy.
Oh yeah.
He coached Dan Gable to third, fifth, and first team.
Mm.
He graduated Iowa at '93. His coaching career, he's been a longtime coach of Adeline Gray, 6-time world champion and 2-time Olympian. Scott Adeline Gray is a silver medalist in the Tokyo Games in the 67 and 76 kilograms. She's also a one, two, 6-time world champion, a Pan American Games gold medalist,
Hold on. I'll be
3-time
right
Pan
back.
American Games champion. Oof. Adeline Maria Gray, 33, from Denver, Colorado. I will say this. I remember listening, like, y'all brought up Shattered. Was it you who brought up breakdancing in the Olympics? Who brought up breakdancing in the Olympics? Fellas?
Uh, I had to step away and come back, but
Yeah,
I
Kevin.
it's interesting. It's very interesting being that I'm born and raised New York, 70s baby.
Represent
Uh,
your borough.
Born in Brooklyn, Kings County Hospital, but I was raised all my life in Harlem.
All right.
Wait a minute, you an old nigga. You said a 70s baby? You an old nigga like me.
I was born 1970 itself, so I'm 54.
Oh, yeah, y'all born in 73. Shit, I'm finna be 51. You got me by 3, you got me by 2.5.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
This is the old nigga section here.
Hey,
This the old ass nigga shit.
Fuck
And I'm the youngest.
fuck you,
I'm the youngest
man.
in the
Fuck
bunch. Damn it.
you. Fuck you, call, who the hell you calling old? We know what we is.
we're vintage.
Dude,
But
I'm turning 42 in less than 3 weeks, in about 2.5 weeks. Okay.
42.
Damn 80s baby. Shut up.
No. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Go ahead.
First of all, you guys got to understand what the fuck is wrong with me. Since I was 19, 20 years old, I've been feeling like I've been 42 ever since I watched the original Kings of Comedy because I've been vibing with Bernie Mac. Okay, I'm just tired and I'm sick of this shit. You know, when I turn 40, because I said I was looking when I turn 40, I'm looking forward to living the shit like Bernie. I'm
Hey,
42 and I'm tired. You know, talk about coochie, fuck coochie. Oh, sex, I'm sick of all this bullshit. This is straight bull. But excuse me. But
all right. Yeah.
my thing about the whole breakdancing I wanted to ask was this:
Mm-hmm.
how did people qualify to compete for this? Were there Olympic trials, and why were there no Americans involved like that?
Okay. I'll say my piece on that. For some reason, it's kind of like not only with breaking,
Hmm.
but okay, when it comes to the hip hop culture, breaking is the dance of hip hop.
Hmm.
Then you got other elements of hip hop. You got the graffiti, the tagging, the
Beatboxing,
beatboxing, but you also got the rapping. Look where rap
MCing,
has.
DJing.
But wait a minute. Look what rap has devolved to, degraded to, from way back when you had Run DMC, Kumo D, Grandmaster Flash. Now look at rap now. Then you throw in R&B. Really?
Throw it back out. I'm rebuking that shit. No more of that shit. That's one of the main reasons why we're going through the shit we're going through right now. Listening to them lying ass lyrics, them lying ass words, and I'm having to believe everything these hoes tell us about what the fuck they feel from these songs. Fuck them songs. Fuck R&B.
What I'm saying is, the quality is just not there. This younger generation is not giving a crap about excelling anymore
Or
in
creativity.
black arts.
Hmm.
Rap is just dead. It's not even what I grew up listening to. And as for breaking, good lord, you don't see any guys breaking or popping and locking anymore. So I could
I
have
mean,
seen how there was
It's
no black man
prehistoric. It's
representing
extinct.
the Olympics just now.
You know it's extinct. It's prehistoric. That shit been gone. I told him the other night on one of these streams. That shit died in '86. I told Charles when he was like, "Man, you know they had breakdancing in the Olympics." I said, "Yeah, but they gonna win it, not us. We gave up on that shit."
the breaking, I think, is like, a lot of people forget. It's like, but first of all, breaking in the '80s was dope. In the '90s, wasn't what it used to be. It was affected in a negative way. It did have like a bit of resurgence, but you saw like international competitions because that shit went worldwide, breaking and everything.
K-pop. Yep.
I mean, I mean, I remember, was it like I remember this is back in the Eritrea when I was just kicking with a friend of mine. We were watching MTV Arabia. Okay, this is '06, '07, and we were watching a clip of something that was going on in the park in somewhere in Japan, I believe it was. It was just a bunch of breakers just doing their thing about amongst themselves, just saying who's and the two dance crews just messing around, just competing amongst themselves and whatnot, and going all and they were doing this to the sounds of 93 Till by Souls of Mischief.
Crazy. Say, picture this
And they,
though. Could you possibly imagine well, not you now because you over there, but all the American brothers over here. Could you imagine this trying to literally get a a 14 through 18-year-old do the millipede, do the centipede, uh can you windmill, can you pop lock and drop, can you what was the other one? Oh damn,
The worm.
millipede, centipede, the worm.
the
Can you
worm.
do any of this shit? Man, no, they gonna look at you like you stupid. Man, look, just for a theoretical sake, I'm gonna give y'all a little field trip assignment. Just you ain't got to physically do it. Just go pay attention. Just randomly watch kids today try to dance a dance. Only thing you're not gonna see no boys dancing. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Only
Yeah.
thing you gonna see is a whole bunch of females twerking, and that's it. They don't know how to do no other dances whatsoever.
Yep. Thank you.
So you can't be mad at the fact that we don't break dance no more. It's gone. I mean, I know, old heads like us, we reminisce on it. Like, yeah, we was the last era of real dudes and
On
females at that
cardboard and
time.
everything.
Yes, on cardboard. Just get it. Now, today, what? Get out of here. I think breakdancing started dying when the prep in what was the other one? The prep in what was that other? It was the Smurf and it was another dance that came out. Damn, when them new dances started coming in, where they was group dancing without really being physical. Oh, dancing went down here.
Are you talking like You Got Served and shit like that? Like that
Yeah,
shit, that movie?
they tried
This
to
is the
bring it back in
2000s
the
with
form
boy
of
bands and everything.
that cheerleading shit, but it didn't pan out.
I mean, you still have, you know, breaking competitions all over the world. It's gone worldwide. But I guess, all the legit performing competitors, they were like, nah, I ain't doing it. They understood it was, but, like I said, how do you qualify to compete in the Olympics for this shit? What kind of Olympic trials were there? I'm like,
There,
what the hell is this
if
shit?
you go back to Ray Gun in Australia, and Ray Gun is from Australia, not from here, might I add. Ray
Yeah,
Gun was the only person in Australia who was doing the breakdancing. So they got on a committee some kind of way. They was like the head
yeah.
of the committee. So
Her.
what was, she was like the head, her and her husband or whatever was like the head of the committee. So when they got there, I'm sure that there were some people in Australia that breakdance that could have done some of the stuff, but she actually, from what I hear, the Australian people saying was upset about it was that they were not allowing them to come to the tryouts to do it.
See, something was wrong. Thumbs up.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, I really couldn't be mad about it because, like, nobody here, none of our kids care about it. So they gave up our heritage.
Started in the Bronx, it says Puerto Rican in the Bronx as well as a lot of people also say that Brazilian capoeira also contributed to that. Some of the techniques and everything.
Some of the what?
Like, the Brazilian martial art capoeira?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said like some of the moves that you find in breaking, they came from that as well. because you said a lot of practitioners, relocated from Brazil to New York, and like, oh, all right, let's see how this works.
Mm,
And a lot of the Ricans were able to converse with the Brazilians, Portuguese and Spanish and everything. They're like, let's see what you got.
really claiming
And
that,
that's
bro. There weren't too many Brazilians up in New York in the 70s. It was
I
mostly
said in the
Rican.
80s. In the
Oh, the
80s.
80s.
Yeah, a lot of Brazilians would make their way to the States in the 80s, bringing their
Right.
martial arts and
Yeah.
shit.
Breaking was like, we were doing that. Okay, again, breakdancing, like I said, hip hop, rap, all that was done really in the 70s. It just came popular. It blew up in the 80s. But,
Yeah.
like side block parties, somebody draw a piece of cardboard and just for fun, we doing that stuff right there on the cardboard on the side. That was just
Hmm.
all up and down New York in the 70s, mid to late 70s. It blew up nationwide in the 80s with Crush Groove and all that. But no, New
Yeah.
York, we were breaking and popping from the 70s.
Oh, that was a '70s thing, like rerun
Well,
shit
the
like
popular
that.
everything, even the breaking, okay, was also being done. Like I said, little block parties. Somebody break out a piece of cardboard. Hey, let's have some
Yeah.
fun. Show me what you got.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's like classic. That's why I was surprised. Like, nigga, I thought we were just gonna get gold all around, and you ain't see one nigga. Well, they
Like,
say
what
you
about
ain't see one
boys
there,
at? Like,
nigga.
B-boys at, dog? Like, they got B-boy crews. I go on YouTube right now. In New York right now, they got B-boy crews. I see old dudes. I see one old dude. Man, look like he on ARP. Need probably got about 3 replacements. That boy out there going hard. That's, man, where the people at? I'm like, man, that's all they had was Ray Gun? Come on,
They
man. That's,
they had they had a few people, but I'm like, yo, that should have been. Then you got the dance crews out there in England.
Yeah, dance
Nah,
crews in France and all, they could have
I,
competed, but they're like, no. I'm sure a lot of them were like, nah, we're not doing it because they sell the bullshit.
what
hey,
peak? What diet was
I put
I? What
that,
diet was I on in peak condition? I ate everything I pleased when I was at peak condition. Because your metabolism is burning so goddamn high. But I guess you want to get decent. Depends on what you're trying to. What is your goals? Because when I did it, I was eating anything I could get my hands on. But what you want to eat and what's your goals? I mean, it depends on what you would like to do. Because if you want to eat, if you want to gain muscle and cut the fat, or you want to trim down, I'm gonna say stay away from beef. You want to get more into fish. You want to bulk up, a little bit more beef in the diet. So
All right, just look at
trying
the
to get
vegetable.
lean, I would say more fish, more leafy greens, a little bit of
So,
starches. You still need it for your carbohydrates. Lessen the starches though, and try to get more walking and more sprinting because
it was
combat
only two
sports are more
days.
of a sprint. What's
No, the
that?
breaking events were only 2 days long.
Yeah, they're only two
Six.
days. Just like if you're your weight class, you're gonna be wrestling 2 days.
Okay,
So
okay. It says
I
here, it
pay.
looked like in the men's, it was Philip Kim of Canada, Danny Sevilla of France, bronze. Let's see. Gold went to Philip Kim of Canada. Danny Sevilla of France took silver, and then Victor Montalvo of the U.S. took bronze.
yeah, I put
So,
that video too in the back, man, with that chick. You was talking about that suplex. If you
Yeah.
you can pull it up now, y'all.
Oh yeah. For anybody who wants to see this, we're gonna go full screen. Here
Kennedy
we go.
Blaze.
And so roll that beautiful Bing footage. This is Kennedy Blades, baby, Olympic silver medalist, the Wolverine, as I call her. Ready?
Who is this against?
Kennedy Blades.
Against who?
I don't know. The suplex chick. I think it's. I forget what country she went against.
I'm gonna look it up.
It's freezing for some reason. I'm gonna just put it in the back chat. You can just go and click it because it's freezing. I don't know why it's freezing. Damn, man. I mean, she just dropped her on her head, but I don't know why it's freezing. I'm gonna put it in the back chat. Here you go. It's in the back chat.
All right, let's see if it. Let's take it down and see if it start back up. Let's take it down. Add to the stage. See if it start back up.
Our results. I'm look at Kennedy Blade here. Was it against the Cuban?
It's tripping.
No, because
I just put it in the private in the back chat. Just click on the one. That's the same one. It's a short. It's just the suplex.
Yeah.
Must have been either against
Hey, she rolled it too, bro. I was like, man, I thought I was watching some UFC for a second. I was like, ooh, I've seen them suplex into that fence. When you get suplexed into that fence, you done. You done.
Yeah, she got funky with that suplex. That's the link right there if anybody want to see it. Oh man, she hits her with a nasty, probably one of the nastiest suplexes I've seen in years.
Okay, then we gotta check that out.
Kennedy Blade suplex. Let me look this up.
I mean, she gets nasty with that shit. Boom.
Let me ask you something. Did anybody watch boxing?
Try it again.
Boxing.
Try it again, Charles.
Try it again. Okay, here we go.
Oh, this is against Romania. Oh, it's against the it was against a Romanian chick. Her name was Catalina.
Oh,
Agente.
my God. Oh my God! Look at the art she gets her with.
She grabs her. Oh, good night. She is out. She is out. That hurt. She's concussed.
She was. Oh my God! Oh, she popped. Oh, imagine how much explosive power she got in her legs, man. That is not an easy
in which
thing.
you can look at. She's got her. She
take the highlight chat down. I want to see how that neck whiplash look like.
There, car wreck.
She landed on the back of her head. Her braid didn't even protect her. She's like,
damn.
Oh.
Hey, AB. Hey, AL. Hey, AL. That's Kennedy Blaze right there.
Okay. All right.
She punished it, dog. She punished it.
Oh my God!
Yeah, Catalina Agente. That's the.
You would have been fighting if she would have done me like got me effed up, man. You don't throw nobody on no dick like that, goddamn.
I can't fight if you're unconscious like she was.
And she swept her 11-0 in that round. This was in the round of 16.
No, that was a tech fall.
Technical fault. No, she finished that match 11-0.
Yeah, that's a 5 point. That's a 5.3. That's legal. It's legal in freestyle and Greco. That's a 5-point throw.
That's full form too, man. That's form. Look how she said it. She steadied it.
Yeah, she was like injured during her match. Yeah, she got injured in that one. She couldn't continue after that.
The match was over anyway with that 5-point throw.
Ow! She was out with a concussion. She's 28. She's from Galati, Romania, and she's a two-time bronze medalist.
I bet you she said this is for Jordan. Oh my God! And she was explosive as hell, wasn't she, folks?
Yeah, I had to hit like and subscribe to that one, man. Damn, man. I'm telling you, that's like some UFC right there.
You got to remember, she's 5'11", about almost 6 foot.
5'11".
So you can imagine that's a deep throw. So she's not
Chubbs.
5'11", 170 pounds. Just under 170 pounds. That's a welterweight in UFC by UFC standards.
That's a lot of power she driving through. I mean, you got almost a person 6 foot bridging you over, which means she needs more power than a shorter motherfucker. And then you're
And
going
look where
for a
she
guy
got
with just
you. Look how she slid. Look how she slid under her. Like she got one knee, got it. Boom. She
oh,
was.
this
She
is
just
one of
couldn't
her.
compete after that. Oh, the back of her head, the back of her
Believe
neck,
it or not, this
the
is one
neck
of.
injury.
Believe it or not, when she was wrestling in the juniors, that's one of her signature moves is that suplex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you could tell she practiced this motherfucker, and she practiced this with a weighted dummy, like 170-pound dummies.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she flexed on the end, man. Like man, look, to flex your back like this, just look at the flex.
That's a weapon. That's why when people
That's
talk
gotta
about
hurt.
when people be like, I would fight, it's kind of hard to fight when she already knocked you unconscious.
Yeah, she ain't got no more fight left in her, Charles. That fight left up out of her body.
Nah, she was out like a light. She was concussed. She was out.
She was
She was
concussed
out.
bad. I mean, but then
You had to
again,
get the,
Yuka Kagami, she dominated her way all the way to the top, all the way to that gold medal, and she took it, and she beat Kendi 3-1. That was wild. That was insane.
Yeah, she
Ta-da.
young too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
what do
That
I
had
think
to
of
hurt.
humans with mild to severe autism? Um, Nothing really. I mean, give them the treatment and respect that they owed. I mean, some of the most autistic people end up being some of the most brilliant people on earth.
Some of the most gifted.
Yeah, can't treat them like they're invalids. You got to give them the right space, whatever they need. You try to give it to them.
Mm-hmm. All right, Commander, I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta get up early. It's been good.
All right, man.
Good one.
Whew.
We'll do it again. Till we meet again.
Mm. You too, man.
Peace out.
Oh
Salute.
man.
Peace
Miss you,
out.
Gavin.
Salute.
Yeah.
Salute. Oh my God,
Man.
that is like the picture perfect suplex.
I
They
mean,
said,
that's you got to teach that, Coach. I mean, Coach, look at the form.
mm. Oh, that's a beautiful form. I'm gonna tell you what, that suplex was so devastating that motherfuckers on different sports was like, who's that motherfucker who Davis said it? They were like, who's that motherfucker who put somebody on their neck early?
I don't know. I don't know about Stardom right now because the way she's building everything, she'd have to learn how to not slam people that hard in that one.
Well, she is a star. She
She,
is stardom for international wrestling. She's in
yeah,
stardom
but he's talking about the wrestling promotion in Japan.
for pro wrestling.
Yeah,
Well,
Stardom, who are who have a bit working relationship with New Japan.
well, you got to think about it. It's a different way because remember, this lady's fighting her not to get suplexed. And when you're in pro wrestling, you're going with the flow, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, and she's a shooter, but even then she could stretch somebody. But in Japan,
Hmm.
she's got to be careful over there because like in Japan, they say like neck injuries are no joke.
Hmm.
You've had people who've had their careers cut short because of neck injuries. One example is what's her name? Io Shirai. Her older
Hmm.
sister. Her older sister had her career short, cut short due to a neck injury, a couple of neck injuries. So she just just switched to becoming a referee,
Hmm.
and but she's moved on. She's married with kids and everything, and able to
How
continue her
much does
career.
Ronda Rousey weigh?
Huh?
How much do Ronda Rousey weigh?
She's 135. That's 63 kilograms. But she's in judo, not
Who,
wrestling.
who you got? Who you got? Her, or Ronda Rousey, right now.
Ronda will probably have her on the submissions, but I think she would out wrestle.
Kelly.
She would out wrestle
Oh,
Ronda.
yeah, but let's not forget. It's also said here that Kennedy, took up jujitsu when she was younger.
I don't think she's on the same level as Rousey when it comes to
No,
judo.
Rousey's judo, but she's also a black belt in judo, jiu-jitsu as well. But
She's not on the same level on wrestling. She's leagues above Rousey, just like Rousey's leagues above her when it comes to the submission game.
especially judo. So you got a woman who can fight off her back. That's going to be hard for a wrestler because wrestlers are usually used to being in dominant positions.
I
They don't
mean,
understand that.
I think the takedowns and the throws would be advantage Kennedy.
It is, but the problem is like with somebody who can counter those throws or even take advantage of them, like say dare you to counter them. I mean, remember,
She's when you take away the gi from judo, you take away 70 to 80% of the techniques. So
true. But let me give you an example. Do you remember when Cain Velasquez defended his title against Fabricio Verdum in Mexico City? Verdum was dominating in the stand-up. Now, I understand at AKA that Javier Mendez trains them to be grinders, but they also are, and of course Velasquez is a black belt in BJJ, but he's also improved his striking because Javier Mendez was a former kickboxing champion, and AKA is American Kick. It's called it stands for American Kickboxing Academy. But they're still grinders. But the problem is like in the stand-up, Verdum improved immensely because he was under Rafael Cordero in Muay Thai and everything. But it was like Velasquez went for a double leg.
and he got guillotine.
He got caught in the guillotine. I mean, Verdun was like, come on. And he caught him in the guillotine. This is a man. Understand, you guys understand. This is a man, Fabricio Verdun, aka Vai Cavalo, which means the way of the horse in Portuguese, is one of the most sneakiest submission artists. This is a man who in Strike Force set a trap for the last Russian emperor, Fedor Emelianenko, and Fedor tried to come in and finish him. He gets caught in a guillotine. No, he gets caught in a triangle choke and has no choice but to tap out.
Yeah, I think that
And
if
he
he
will
gets,
beg you. I mean, I remember everybody remembers when Verdun fought the Reem, us over Reem. He tried to take him to the ground. And then whenever, Reem was like in a down position, he just get up and say, no, come on, get up. You had Verdum on his back begging him to come on down. Come on, come on, come on. Say, no, get up, get up. I'm not coming to your world. We're gonna stick to my world, striking.
I think that I don't think that Rousey has striking that would actually.
No.
No, I don't think that
You
she.
saw what happened. You saw what
That's
happened with
what I was thinking because I was like, well, what's the difference? The main difference, of course, is submissions, right? But I was like, the striking, right? Because it's
yeah.
wrestling. So I was like, but
Strikers have
if
Charles
she
will
would
be right back, but
strike force in her life, I could see her. I don't think Ronda could go toe to toe, blow for blow with her like that.
well, in strike force and in striking, yeah, I don't think so because a lot of wrestlers they can generate power because they learn to box and everything. A lot of them, they start learning boxing and a lot of them are able to knock dudes out. The problem is like, their boxing is not where. Oh, they'll be right back. Hang on.
Well,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, thanks for the YouTube link.
it's like
They'll be
Kimbo,
right back.
like how when Kimbo came in, right? Rest in peace to the brother, man. I saw how he came in. He didn't have no ground game. You feel me?
No ground game, no cardio either. Remember, he'd get blown up within the first couple rounds.
That's what they was working on. You know what I'm saying? He built it up. He built it up. You know what I'm saying? But I seen that when he first went against Mercer. When he went against Mercer, he had Mercer beat up top. But when Mercer took him to the ground, he lost his win, and he wasn't the Kimbo that we normally see. And that's when you start to see, and that's when they were saying that it was a whole scam too. They was trying to get Kimbo. They was paying people to just to not go on the ground, just stand up in this slugfest. You feel me? Because they want everybody wants slugfest. You know what I mean?
He's a brawler. That's what he is. But the problem was is like guys like Matt Mitrione, who Kimbo was acquainted with at the Ultimate Fighter house when they were both a part of the Ultimate Fighter.
Right.
And
that's what
Mitrione just realized.
I'm back.
And Mitrione's background is in football, first of all, folks, not wrestling. He's a former football player, played with the Giants. And he realized the only way he could do was just wear him out. So and that's how he got a TKO victory over him. He just weared him out.
But that's another thing too about the football too. I was trying to Charles, I had emailed. Did you get the email I was trying to tell you about the fantasy league I was trying to get going before preseason? Yeah, I'm trying to put together a league, man. I'm trying to get 10 people together. And then we'll have like the total points winner, and then have like the Super Bowl winner. You feel me?
Yeah.
I figured, $500 to the whoever win the total points, $250 for them. Whoever win the Super Bowl, $250. So, it could be a lot of back and forth on that, man. I just figured like we need to get together a nice league, man, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. That fantasy league, we could put together a nice league. I'll even live stream a couple of them matchups, bro. That'll be something good for the season, man. You know what I'm saying? I said $50 buy-in, but I'd even just think, man, $20 just to get everybody in. You feel me?
Yeah. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting as hell. That'll be a lot.
I understood like the fantasy sports.
I want to do a draft. I set it up to where we could do the draft. I've even talked to Snowman. I emailed Snow, asked him what he thought would be the best because you can have 4 different drafts on. I was using the ESPN product, and you have 4 different drafts. So you could do an offline draft, you can do a reserve draft, and then you can do a numbers draft, and then you can do a salary cap draft. And so that way everybody gets a fair pick. So when you do a certain draft like that, basically the first person to select, and then whoever got the last bid, now they go first the next time. It reversed the order. So everybody get a fair pick at all the players. Yep. And I said that will probably be a better object, but I wanted to ask anybody who wanted to get down with what did y'all think about that? Because if you spread them players out, man, you can make a good deal because a lot of times in fantasy league, like Charles, everybody gonna want to go after the big name players, right? But only so many to go around. But when you make the most of your fantasy points is some of the guys that's the middleman, you know what I'm saying, the tight ends, you know what I'm saying, or the trips man, second, third wide. They're gonna have a because they playing against and you can substitute your players and you can trade throughout the whole season. So that way everybody can still trade players or injury reserve. I got it set to where basically everybody can have a fair chance to win the whole total pot. And whoever wins the total points wins half the pot. And then whoever wins the Super Bowl wins the other half.
That'd be some interesting shit right there. Interesting shit.
I got the manager set up. I can send you the link in the back, man. And that's the manager. Anybody that hits that link can become a manager. You know what I'm saying? I'm shooting for 10 teams. Hopefully I feel like at least 10 brothers, we should be able to get 10 people, $20 a piece. We all jump in here. You know what I'm saying? I set it for 10, but we could do it with less, but I figure 10 is good. And I would like to live stream the actual matchups. And then I'm sure Snowman will probably be down with live streaming a couple of them since he's our resident sportscaster. I think it'll be a good move, something that we can all, participate in and make a little money.
Yeah, that's true. And just to answer Namer, it'd be it's very hard for judo guys to take down wrestlers without the gi, because the gi has so many techniques with it, and gripping humans and gripping gis are so totally different. I'm not saying they don't have the capabilities, but I'm pretty sure on gi training now than they did years prior. So they have to they have to circumvent and augment their techniques for different situations. I know, but oof, my God, any man, woman, or beast gets suplex like that. I don't see too much fight in you anymore. You're like,
She drained that fight out of, man, and it looked like the girl in the blue looks more kind of girthier than her. Looked like she might got her by an inch too.
no, she's
And,
not.
She was. I'm looking at. She's a. She's also she's competitive. I mean, she's medaled in the European Championships. But to get ran ragged like that and then get slammed on the back of your head, you're concussed.
Yeah,
You can't compete after that. That's a concussion right there. They're like, oh, stop, stop.
you're just you're. She's out of it. She was out. There was nothing.
She was out. I'm sure she talked. I'm sure she went out. She went checked on her afterwards in the
Oh, she
locker room. Say, hey,
because if you
yeah,
saw
sports.
out like a light, like there was no coming back after that. He was out like a light, like a
She
light.
was out like a light. I mean, because Kennedy herself has been knocked out, hasn't she?
No, not that I know of.
Hey, let me check it. I think I saw a clip of her getting knocked out as well. She's been slammed before. She had the lights put out. Oh my God. Yeah,
Like,
it's Catalina Angete. That's the wrestler she took out. But
yeah, I'm gonna drop the link in there, Charles, in the chat. So if anybody want to join up,
oh, last year she got knocked out in I think it was in I'm looking it up right now against somebody named. Wait a minute.
I got it set to 10 right now. But if we get 20 people, it's just gonna be very competitive. But I'll put it to 20 if we do get 20 people. But I got it set to 10 right now.
yeah. Hey,
Oh no, I think this was in the. One second.
I'm gonna tell you how Mello. Uh, I was about to ask
I'm
Mello.
looking it up. There's a clip of Kennedy when she was like actually they were inverted her headbutt and went she went out like a light.
Put it in the back chat. Link.
Yeah, I always like when I seen on the UFC what was always, even though the submissions, the leg breaks, and the striking, I mean the jujitsu, everything. But what gets me every time is when you come straight up from on the ground, guard come straight up and then suplex into the fence. Man, that usually always takes all the fight out of your opponent, man. It just does. If you pull that one on them, man, you got a hard road to come up, man.
I mean, it's designed where you get thrown.
Yeah.
Throws can be very devastating. I mean,
Hmm.
get thrown
When you
like.
talk about yeah, go ahead, sorry. Should I continue or you go ahead, Charles?
Oh no, go ahead. I thought you just. I
Okay.
said throws are
You were bringing
very
up.
devastating
Mm-hmm.
when you're thrown like that, or
Mm-hmm.
because the mats are about an inch to 2 inches thick. But some mats don't have a lot of give, some do, and it still hurts either way. So imagine that quick of an impact. Boom. And the next thing you know, you're like, you're being thrown so hard and so heavy that you have like the iron and the blood coming out your mouth. Like tastes like peanut butter and jelly, but it's like really the capillaries in your mouth burst because of the impact. You have no open wounds, but you're bleeding. So, good God Almighty.
Yeah. There's a clip I'm checking out. It's from Bellator 165. It was Michael Chandler versus Benson Henderson. You saw the suplex in that one. It was in the first round. He suplexed.
Posted in the back chat. In the back, the injury.
Okay. And hopefully people in Puerto Rico are doing okay.
What happened in Puerto Rico?
You know, a hurricane.
All right, it's hurricane season.
Yeah, we just got rid of one over here, and I'm looking at them tropics. I'm like, yeah, we gonna probably get another one.
I'm just like, man, we got all the rain from the last few hurricanes, and this shit suck like a motherfucker.
Yo, I just posted in the back chat the when Kennedy Blaze got knocked out in a very headbutt, and also Michael Chandler's like slam it, suplex of Benson Henderson.
Yeah, I got that one in the back, Charles. If you can see it, that's the one. Yes, the first one.
Yeah.
Name it.
Yeah.
It's like 54 seconds.
Let me see in the back channel.
Yeah, I'm sharing that screen. It's right there. The injury.
Oh, I saw that earlier. Oh man, yeah, yeah. Ashanta is grabbing the back of her head because she's like, "Oh, that's it. I'm done." She landed on the back of her head, on the base of the back of her head, the back of her neck, and she's like, "Oof." You get your bell rung and everything. You just like, and women are not that, the female skull compared to the male skull and everything.
And concussions, hey, you know what time it is. They're going to put you out. You know what I'm saying? You're going to forget a couple seconds. Train just hit you just then. You know what I'm saying? A concussion style, you know what I'm saying? You're going to definitely see some action with that. You're going to win that.
Yeah, you're going to win because that person can't continue. If they're not,
had to hurt.
If they ain't out, they wish they gonna be out. Or they damn near semi-conscious.
Yeah, that's what I remember before they did the UFC. It's different now. What was the dude? Big Herb, the one that used to do the original. I think he still do some now. I don't think he retired.
You talking about
the referee? You know what I'm talking about?
Big John McCarthy.
He the referee, the dude. What's his name? Big Herb, the black dude.
No, Herb Dean with the dreadlocks. You mean the one with the dreadlocks? Herb Dean.
Yeah. Him.
Yeah. What about him?
Yeah, man. Back in the days, Herb, he'll let you kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like you hear, well, okay, it look like he kind of dazed, but Herb, he ain't, he let them do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Unless he just see you your head just bobbleheading too much, or you could tell when he out there and gave you, Herb let you get 5 hits in the head first. Okay, you can show you if you still standing up, but I think they changed it around. Now they be, you see now if they see they can getting, their head getting knockout kinged over there, they gonna come up in there and stop that. Sometime.
Yeah. By the way, the Romanian chick, she had to be stretched off, because she was left with a neck injury after that. After that suplex, she had to be stretched off. They put her, on a gurney, neck brace and everything, because she's got a neck injury. That's part of
Yeah, that's the whole thing, man. I can remember when Don Beebe broke his neck when he was
the
with
pogo
Buffalo.
stick. The pogo stick, you mean, against Cleveland? He
Yeah,
landed on his
like
head, but the muscles in his neck, kept him sane. Of course, eventually 4 straight Super Bowls with the Bills he missed, but eventually he got his with I think was it with the Patriots or the Giants, one of those teams. He finally got a Super Bowl ring. But
yeah, BB, man, that was like a killer hit, man. You didn't see a lot of hits, a lot of arm breaks, leg breaks. Linemen, we get it all the time. Get rolled up on
players
it, you
get paralyzed.
but paralyzation, like all the way down your neck. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why you don't see that many people even wear them neck collars and them crash boards no more. You don't even see them. You know what I'm saying? Ray used to have a neck roll. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard. You got to have a cushion, man, because you putting down lethal hits, man. You hurting these
Oh,
people, man.
by the way, Don Beebe, he won a Super Bowl '97 with the Packers. Super Bowl 431. He finally got it. He finally got one. It was like his last 2 years with them. So yeah, that neck injury, man. Charles?
You a Packer fan, man?
No, I'm not a Packer fan. I'm not a Packers fan. No, I'm just looking things up. I'm just looking at things up. I can't even beat Wisconsin. First of all,
I'm surprised
you gotta
fan.
You gotta stand. You gotta stand shattered. Huh?
I'm surprised.
What do you say, Charles?
Fan. I'm actually surprised that he's an American football fan.
I grew up watching the game when I was little, man. So I checked it out as much as I could. That baseball. I played baseball when I was one. I played Little League for a while. Played soccer, basketball, everything. I was exposed to a lot of sports.
Man, the only craziest sport I say is Australian football. Because I don't understand that at all. I don't understand that at all. They always punting the ball. I don't know what's going on. They got a field goal post, but I don't never see them kick no field goals. I don't know what the hell is going on.
It's a spin-off of rugby, just like how the NFL is a spin-off of rugby. So, and the referees and the umpires are kind of ridiculous, the way they like signal when you score or something like that. But that's just how they are.
But you would say American football is a upgrade to rugby. You have to say that.
Well, with the protections and everything, yeah. But rugby, they got a better concussion protocol. And they've never had they've had severe, and you've had guys get severe injuries, but broken necks, paralysis or whatnot is very rare in rugby. But then when they take hits, they take some serious hits, man. I mean, you even got guys getting cauliflower ears, like MMA fighters, because they go head first into the scrums and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's part of the game, man. This is a combat sport. You got to go out there and steel yourself,
Yeah.
And it's a conditioning thing, and true enough, you can never expect to get your neck broke on any given play. But typically, if you're conditioned and you are properly trained, you know how to move. Chances are you getting hurt very low. Now you increase it to NFL, we talking about professional league. As a lineman or anybody close to the line, the leg breaks when somebody roll over your knee as you blocking and roll you over. It's just that's an injury you cannot avoid. You know what I'm saying? CTE, a lot of stuff. What I always felt is if I deliver the lick on to you first, well, I'll take that concussion. I'm giving you the concussion. I'm not gonna let you get a full head of steam on me. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be delivering.
Whiplash, concussions. The CTE, I mean, especially like they're talking about CTE even in rugby because they're seeing like rugby, Australian rules football. The CTE, they're seeing like certain legends exhibiting signs of CTE and shit, and
Yeah,
they
I
don't wear
mean, the
protection.
harder you hit, man, over time, you know, you see it in practice now. They got these little
Padded
rubber
helmets.
on the helmets. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand, man. If you get the wrong size helmet, you in football, you really hitting, like Charles say, man, you can get to a point where ain't nothing cut you, ain't nothing. Just the concussion alone will make the capillaries bust in your face. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you'll be tasting blood, but you like how? Because it's the hitting. Like you just got some contact. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, over time, you in a combat sport, you want to deliver the heat and not get heat delivered onto you. You feel
Mm.
and now, but over time, that's all you know. It's running backs, the hardest hitting running backs, they don't last for 10 years. It's the reason why. Because they truck sticking, man, they hitting, and they bringing Ray to hit him because he going hard. So you got to hit. You know what I'm saying? You got to,
Eddie
if you,
George versus Ray Lewis.
man, now that's a combination. That's a combination.
I mean, they were like, because remember, you talking about Eddie George, coming out of Ohio State, a Buckeye. Ray Lewis coming out of University of Miami Hurricanes. They were like, hey,
You see, but Eddie George, he tall, he run tall, but
6'1".
he run tall, but he got moves and he'll hit stick you. But you got Ray during that time, Baltimore had the best defense. Period.
2000 season, 2001 playoffs. I mean,
Pretty much.
they shut them down, and I remember at one point, Eddie was just after being stopped. Eddie just got in Ray's face and everything. They're like, what? They were just like,
Who was y'all
hell. I
quarterback?
mean, even
Charles, who was y'all quarterback back then?
Trent Dilfer.
Oh yeah, Tampa Bay. Yeah, that's my boy from old Tampa Bay. We got rid of him. Yeah, Trent.
Trent Dilfer, the Super Bowl 35 we're talking about, right?
Yeah. That was a defense that was known for scoring at least 16 points. 14 to 16 points a game.
Forced fumbles, Ed Reed and them just tipping your balls, just what's I mean, you couldn't throw nothing. And then we rushed
No,
you
there was
up.
no Ed Reed at the time. You didn't have Ed Reed at the time. You had Tim Herring and Rod Woodson.
Yeah, Woodson, and they had another safety too. He was cold. I forgot his name.
Tim Herring. I'm looking at the lineups here. Yeah, Shannon Sharp on as tight end, and John Ogden left tackle. These guys, these names I'm mentioning.
Hall of Fame. All of them niggas Hall of Fame.
On the other side, you had like Michael Strahan, and he's a Hall of Famer. He's the only member of that New York Giants team that's a Hall of Famer. Tiki Barber's not a Hall of Famer. Three-time Pro Bowl.
Tiki Barber got his Hall of Fame.
No, he hasn't. He's not been inducted.
Man, he's a fumble that ball in New York, man. They didn't like that. And I like Tiki because his brother Rondé played down there at Tampa Bay. He was a great corner for us. And his brother, he was a cold back and nothing against him, but he had fumbleitis, man. He would just be running sometimes, man, and he'll run straight up. He's shorter than Eddie George, but he'll run straight up and he'll just be running and the ball just pop out. And I'm like, man, and I seen they took him out. They even replaced him. They had brought in a whole bunch. Ron Dane, I think they got Ron Dane in there at that time. And they got somebody else that did real good. I can't remember his name. I remember that giant score when you talking about straight hand them.
Yeah, I'm looking up the measurements of both Ray Lewis and whatchamacallit, and Eddie George. Ray is 6'1", 240. Eddie 6'2" and 5/8, and he was 238. You see the size matchup right there? A 6'1", 240 middle linebacker taking on a running back that's 6'2" and then some, and 238 out of Ohio State. These guys,
Those were not small dudes.
oh, he was not good. And hell, you had a guy play with a dislocated shoulder. He forcibly had it pop back in. He said, "I'm going back in."
Mm-hmm.
That
But you know who
motherfucker.
consistently had problems with
What?
Ray though, Charles?
Who's
What?
that?
And y'all used to always beat us too. I think we might have got y'all once or twice. But man, Tampa back when Tony was running and All Star was down there with Tampa, and we had to see y'all. Man, that boy All Star, man, he did Ray so cold, man. Once I think I posted it. I don't know if you seen. I shared it with you a minute back. Man, dog, that right there, I was like, man, and All Star, that's my boy. Ray, that's my boy. But man, I swear that was the only dude that's the
Mike
last
outside?
back. Him, Elite, what's his name? Vontae Elite.
Yeah.
Y'all got Vontae and Jacoby from us, which we stupid to get rid of them. Vontae Leach was another one of them hard-nosed fullbacks.
Was a hell of a fullback.
Speaking of bad choices, Charles,
But
how could you guys let go? How could the Ravens let go of a Bronson Rex-Steiner?
easy. Got a Project Pat.
He gets drafted. It doesn't work out. He ends up going into professional wrestling. He's the Intercontinental Champion under the name Braun Breaker because he didn't want to use the Steiner last name. But he was no joke, running back out of Kennesaw State.
He was a fullback. Yep.
Fullback, 6', 250.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lead fullback right there.
That's a fullback because I saw clips of him, playing for Kennesaw State, and that dude could just rip right through him. That's why he's so fast. Like when he runs the ropes, he's that fucking fast. But like what you said about Mike Alstott, shattered. That dude you couldn't stop him. You couldn't stop him.
Allstott was a freight train.
He's 6', 240. How do you stop somebody like that? You try to hit him, you just bounce off him.
Man, I seen the dude training in St. Pete. He got I don't know if it was a little half a minibus or something, some kind of car. He got it in his mouth.
6'1", 250, excuse me.
On sand. Pulling the car on the sand. I said, man, this is training regimen. When you see his center of gravity is low, you notice the best running backs center of gravity is low. And he got leg power and he up top with the neck brace. I mean, he gonna hit you. He ain't gonna run from that contact. He gonna hit you, and you gonna try to go at his knees. That's the first thing a lighter defensive or he get in there secondary, God forbid, he gonna make your cornerback to look like shit. They're not even gonna try to hit him. They gonna try to arm tackle him. Ray go straight up. I done seen him punish him, but that's the only person I done seen roll over Ray and just be like, they like, man, get this motherfucker. I said, man, that nigga there, man, I hated we didn't get enough, really, we didn't have shit, man. Tony Dungy built that team when they brought Chucky in and got that, that Super Bowl. Tony Dungy had built that whole thing. Tony Dungy built Tampa Bay.
And Tony Dungy got his though in the end. Remember when he led Indianapolis to a Super Bowl with
Eli? He went to Indy.
No, Peyton Manning, and then you had Reggie Wayne.
You know what I mean? Peyton, yeah. Peyton, Reggie Wayne, man, he had his running back. He was from Houston, man. I forgot his name. The running back, man. They had so many people. Harrison, Marvin Harrison. Man, I forgot the little white boy they had, the little tight end, kind of like a Jimmy, kind of like old Jimmy. He got a
Where's
tight end.
Snowman when we need him? Where the hell is Snowman when we need him?
Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about, man. The
Of
Stokeville.
course, because this is his wife's team. This is his wife's team, man. This is old lady, He better know.
He won that. Tony won that, man. He did it, but I wish they would have kept Tony. They brought in the other dude. They always say Tony was too nice on the players. Tony was too nice on the players,
No, bullshit. Because remember, first of all, when he came there in 90, when did Tony Dungy take over?
Man,
was it 96? No, 97.
No, he was like what? It was like, I think it was back then, though, it was like 96, 97. Because remember, this was before they had changed the jerseys. They still was wearing that old white and orange shit.
The orange and white, and then they switched.
The worst team in the league. The worst team in the league at the time.
Yeah. And then, they just changed in hang on. When did they change? No, when did they change? 90 for the 97 season, they changed everything. And, they changed their look, they changed their attitude, and next thing you know, they made the playoffs. You're like, what the hell going on here? I mean,
they could have won it with Trent. They could have won it with Trent. Sean King came in. Sean King, he did what he could do. I mean, arguably, you can make the argument that they did not throw the flag. It was a lot of problems with the St. Louis, but St. Louis was already best show on turf. Tony had got everything to the AFC, championship, but they did throw a lot of problems with, some bad calls. They ain't gonna lie on Tony. But St. Louis was gonna win. Kurt Warner, man, great man. Isaac Bruce, Marshall Faulk, all these Hall of Famers, man. They ain't gonna, you gotta know, you gotta beat them. You can't beat them with 3 points. Tony was a conservative ball player. The defense got a lot of
played defense.
Yeah, he played defense, man.
He was a safety for the Steelers and won a Super Bowl with them. Let's not forget that. So he knew what it meant to win a championship.
Exactly.
So he brought that attitude to Tampa Bay, and they just turned their shit around. Of course, Mike Alstott had just got drafted when he took over. Because Mike Alstott was with them for 11 seasons?
Yeah, I think he
retired.
You know what I'm saying?
He retired in 07. He retired in 07.
They had a good role. Work done for him to be an undersized back. He still had some nice numbers for his years that he played for him. With him and All-Star being a lead, they had some pivotal players. Brad Johnson, the slowest quarterback in the league, slower than Brady, and I don't know how that's even possible, but much slower and more fragile. You touch him, he's hurt. I mean, I'm surprised. Glass, man. Glass. Trent Dilfer was better than him. And I gotta give Trent.
He's like Anthony Davis in back. He's like the NFL equivalent to Anthony Davis.
Glass, man. I'm telling you, you gotta protect him,
man.
Oh
my leg.
Go down. I just go down. Don't even go down. Don't even run.
I mean, my leg. That's a joke that Snowman and his good buddy Vlock they created. It's from they referenced a certain player in college. The QB was playing with a bad knee.
See, that's the horrible one. See, this is when the fantasy stuff come in. You gotta know your players. If you know he's got a bum knee, even though he's starting, we know that he probably ain't gonna make it until the second quarter, if that. Soon as somebody hit him. So I'm not gonna start him. I'm not starting him this week at quarterback. I'm gonna start somebody else. I'm gonna find whoever. I don't care if they're on a weak team. I'm gonna start him because at least he's gonna play the whole game. You feel what I'm saying? And every
Yeah, I hear what you're
completion
saying.
is points. Every 5 yards, every 10 yards is points. Every touchdown is points. That's how you get the fantasy league. So a lot of time it ain't the players who you think. When the draft go down, of course everybody gonna lock up their people, but who you want to get is not necessarily who gonna make you the most money. You got to go deep in your depth chart to make some bread sometime because your main players might get hurt, but you ain't
It's the
finna
depth
trade
of
them.
your roster, man.
Yeah, you gotta have some depth to your roster. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But with 10 people, that's a lot of players. It's plenty enough. Even with 20, if you played it right, if we do the draft like a salary cap draft, or we do the first and the last draft where nobody ever get first pick over nobody else. Whoever is first gonna be last. Whoever was last gonna be first, all the way down the mix,
Yeah.
and you can still be
Yeah,
able
and
to get.
you can't have just like all 5-star players. Sometimes you need the right balance of 5, 3, 4, 2-star. You got to have the right balance of players because sometimes like you just there's got to be that chemistry, or the team spirit. Certain players, if they like all the top dogs, you're gonna have a lot of egos to deal with.
You just want to look at their points per game in the matchup. So
Hmm.
you look at them, okay, the higher number, you're going to have to spend more players to get there. I might want to trade with you. You might have a player I want. So I might give you 2 or 3 of my players. I'll set the league so where you can do trades. So,
Yeah,
as long as you approve the trade, we could trade off, things of that nature, free agency. So players that haven't been picked, you can put your waivers up. Everybody can pick players and move people in and out the roster at will. But whoever you got started for when that game start, that's who's gonna play. So if he get hurt and he's not in the game, you or something like that, you need to go ahead and take him out. Put your second string quarterback in there. You know what I'm saying? Go on, let him, even though he
yeah,
might be, going against a more solid team, but at least he gonna play the whole game. So even if they lose, you still make money. Why? Because they was throwing a lot of passes at the end, and he brought you, 30 points, on
absolutely.
the sleeper.
My thing is like that's the thing about fantasy sports. But the thing I also think is like when you look at fantasy sports and everything, I think there's like too much emphasis on analytics. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see,
Especially in
that's why
real life.
I made you can choose how you do it, right? So
Hmm.
on the ESPN base, they tell you they have a lot of different ones. I respect different points in different ways. Like I say, as a quarterback, if you get a 10-yard pass, not only do you get your points per yard, but you also get an extra couple of points because you made a 10-yard pass. And then if you make 40 yards, you make consecutive 40-yard passes, 50 yards, you get more points. So as an analytic, that's making your whoever player you pick, if he going hard, you gonna go hard. And then if they make a lot of mistakes, let's say he fumbles a lot. So if your running back fumbling 3 and 4, that's negative points. So the analytics works because it makes you have to choose a proper person. Yeah, he might not get a whole bunch of yards. He'll make a good 70 yards a game, maybe a touchdown, but he doesn't fumble. I
Yeah.
might want him. That's the analytic you're looking for. And a lot of the fantasy sports, when you do it on ESPN, the manager going to automatically tell you who is available, what their stats is. Immediately you can see it, and you can choose your own. You choose your own deal. They actually tell you who you should put in. And I don't recommend using it. It's good to use, but if you know your team, you can work your team. Don't ever put all the team that is your team because just get some of your hometown people that you know for sure gonna make some money, but don't put your whole team on. Like I'm a Texans fan, so I'm not gonna put all the Texans in there. I'm gonna go to all the teams in the league, go and find different people. I might get I know if y'all join in, I know y'all probably get CJ. I was thinking about trying to get Jackson, but I know if Charles get the first pick, I know he gonna get Lamar off top. Charles, you talking draft order now? You getting Lamar? You gonna put your money where your mouth is. Gonna get your boy. Put Lamar up in there, number one.
You gotta put Lamar as number one.
I already know. That's why I'm like, if I get first, I might just pick him up because I might have to trade him back to you.
Lamar as one. I mean, that's how you set the tone. You gotta set a tone that way, man. Yeah.
I'm trying to get CJ, but I know somebody gonna try to go get CJ. I already know.
Oh yeah. Well, quarterbacks are gonna be flying off the shelf.
Oh yeah. You feel me? Even in Kansas City, what's his name?
Mahomes.
Mahomes, yeah, Mahomes. He gonna see. I can already see some of the names. Like whoever get them picks, they gonna go fast. So I'm like, man, if you can get Lamar or if I can get CJ, I know if I seen him on there, I'm gonna pick that off the muscle.
And this is gonna be quite a watch.
Yeah, just to change the subject a little bit.
Hold on, I'm about to shut it down real quick. About to get some sleep. Gotta do some shit to Yayo.
All right.
Later, folks. Thanks to everybody visiting. We'll do this again tomorrow.
All right.
Woo!
Have fun. Good night. Ooh, yeah.